over here to Forbes, and because Hakeem Jeffries sat down with Forbes, so let's go ahead and see what he got to say.
So you clearly think that you now have an advantage in this gerrymandering race that we've really seen play out in unprecedented ways across the country this cycle. Do you think that Democrats are going to gerrymander their way to the majority?
Well, we're not going to gerrymander our way to the majority. We are going to win the majority because the American people know that Republicans have gone way too far. They failed to keep their promises. They're rejecting the extremism of Republicans and embracing the fact that Democrats have made clear, we're going to work hard to lower the high cost of living, to fix our broken healthcare system.
But you have done nothing to lower the cost of living. Like I said, y'all had that opportunity under Biden. You did everything but that. You raised the cost of living. So, and now let's be real. You're trying to sit there and criticize Trump plan with no real plan to, bring down cost of living yourselves. And like I said, I mean, look, it's okay to be against Trump's plan. I get that. But where's yours? And if you don't got a plan and all you got is criticism for Trump, then I mean, real with you, you guys look kind of dumb to me. Because it's like, and that's what Abigail Spanberger did. She was able to sit there and just say, oh, things are still unaffordable, while having no plan for affordability herself. And she won. And now the people of Virginia are suffering because prices are still going up because she's raising taxes. And guess what? All she has to do is sit there and blame Trump, and they won't sit there and blame her at all, even though she's the one raising their cost on them. So I'm be real with you, it's like the Dems are in a perfect spot to where they can raise the cost of their constituents and just blame it on Trump.
To reform the out of control ICE situation and to clean up corruption.
So there was a big ruling in Virginia that just came down the pike here. Potentially, this will go as a ballot referendum in April to voters in Virginia to decide whether or not to give you guys up to 4 more seats. This would be a 10-1 difference between Democrats and Republicans in a pretty purple state. Is this overreaching on the Democrats' part?
Republicans started this redistricting war, and Democrats have made clear we're going to finish it.
Started?
We're going to make sure that there is a fair.
No. Look, honestly, it doesn't really matter who started it. It's just who's the most egregious offender. And that would be you guys. Yes, you guys are the most egregious offenders when it comes to redistricting. I mean, and you guys are just getting mad that the Republicans are now playing y'all game, which is a dirty game. It's a dirty game indeed. But I mean, you can't get mad when people start using the same tools you were. Like, come on now, be fair.
National map. So at the end of the day, it's the voters who get to decide who's in the majority after the November midterm elections and not Donald Trump.
True.
When they go low, we strike back. That's the Democratic approach, and the Republicans are feeling it right now.
I mean, when they go low, you're going lower, it seems.
We're
like.
not going lower. We're striking
now
back.
you
We're going
are.
to make sure that there's a fair national map.
I mean, like I said, y'all talk about affordability, but y'all ain't make shit affordable when y'all had the office. When y'all had, the Senate, when y'all had the Congress, did y'all make anything affordable? No. So it's kind of funny to sit here and talk about affordability when things became the most unaffordable under you guys. And the fact that we got inflation coming down under Trump, certain prices are coming down under Trump. I mean, Trump is doing better on affordability than you guys are. And I mean, look, if you guys would say things aren't getting more affordable, well, let me ask you something. Do you live in a blue state? Because you might want to check your taxes, because for some reason you guys allow y'all local government to raise y'all taxes, make things more expensive on y'all, but then run off on the F Trump agenda as if they're not the ones making things more expensive for you. I mean, sure, you can actually look this up right now, because I stay bringing up the point that, I pay 30% less in groceries than I would pay, and then you would pay in New York. So if you live in, let's say, New York, New Jersey, I mean, shoot, what's another spot? California. I mean, we could do Delaware, Connecticut, any blue state. I'm paying 30% less in groceries than you. So yeah, when I hear you guys complain about prices, I sometimes feel bad for you guys, because I get it. It's like, some of y'all living in blue states where you're literally paying a 30% difference. That means if you're paying 100%, if you're paying $100 in groceries, for that same $100, I only spent $70. That's ridiculous. You need to also hold your local government accountable for that. And that's most red states. I did the math. It's across the board. Most red states are cheaper to live in than blue states. It is not because they suck. And here's the thing: for some reason, you Dems are dumb enough to think that just because you get taxed more and you produce more tax revenue, because you get taxed more, you think that's a flex. But you're complaining about affordability, though, while flexing about being charged more on taxes. Make it make sense.
Donald Trump is the one who instructed 5 different Republican states to gerrymander the national congressional map. And the reason why he did that is because he wanted to rig the midterm elections, and for whatever the reason, didn't think that Democrats were going to forcefully respond. He got that wrong. They thought we wouldn't respond in California. They thought we wouldn't respond in Virginia. They thought we wouldn't win the litigation in Utah. They thought we wouldn't force a referendum in Missouri. They thought we wouldn't successfully push them back in Ohio. They got that all wrong. And now they're feeling the consequences.
So do you think that
you didn't really do much in Ohio, bro? Trust, you're talking to an Ohio residents. You're talking about what? Winning Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland? I mean, the places you guys win all the time. But Ohio still remains a red state. I'm sorry, you didn't break much ground in Ohio. I'll be real with you.
Oh, you have the
Actually, you didn't break no ground in Ohio.
advantage here come November on this issue of gerrymandering?
The best case scenario for Republicans at this point is status quo, which is very different than what they were claiming when they were beating on their chests last year, saying they were going to gerrymander our opportunities out of existence. In fact, some of them said, we're going to pick up 10 or 12 or 15 seats. They're not saying that anymore.
So you said they tried to rig the elections. The other side may say, well, that's exactly what the Democrats are doing. They're trying to rig the elections now, too.
No, we're forcefully making sure that the overall national map is free and fair. And so whatever advantage Republicans thought they were going to obtain by gerrymandering in red states across the country, we are making sure those advantages are completely and totally wiped out.
How much money are you guys willing to spend on Virginia? Now this is going to go to a ballot referendum in April, could have a huge impact on the midterms. How much money are you guys willing to put in to get
because this? Virginia, bro, they might lose Virginia, like I said, off Abigail Spanberger and the fact that she's raised taxes, made things more expensive in Virginia after running on an affordability, themed campaign. So yeah, things are going to be pretty tough in Virginia for them. I mean, they still might win it, to be honest with you, most likely. But I can see why they're worried because, we just had a candidate that ran on affordability and things have not gotten affordable. The people of Virginia are sick and tired of it. So they might actually vote Republican next time in the midterms because, we failed them on affordability. Because once again, like I always keep telling you, Dems have no real plan on affordability. None. They like to talk about it, but they don't got a plan for it. And I mean, how can you trust the party that runs the most unaffordable states and cities? Like, really, guys? Like, can you show me an example where they made things affordable? I'm talking about modern day Dems. Don't go back to Bill Clinton. No, I'm talking about modern day Dems today. Tell me when they made things affordable.
Initiative through.
Whatever it takes.
I mean, that sounds like a lot. It could be several, maybe multi-million-dollar campaign.
We will spend tens of millions of dollars to make sure.
Bro, and I'm sorry, but it's retards like him. Like, bro, I can't even call you gamer because I was like, what? WIQ. Bro, you're kind of stupid. You know that? I just made the argument how you guys will sit there and brag about being taxed more. So since you're making that argument, don't complain about affordability. You're proud to pay more. You're proud to pay more and have things be more unaffordable in your state because you like the taxes. Oh, because what? Blue states pay most of the money. I mean, no, bro, that's true only because they tax you more. It's like, and if you're okay with that, then don't complain about affordability. Don't come crying to us. You're proud of it. You should be proud of the unaffordability of y'all states then and stop complaining about it.
Or that the Republicans do not successfully.
And then there's this myth that, blue states feed you guys. No, y'all don't. Y'all overtax y'all constituents to put into y'all own system. You know this, right? Like, look at your budget. Please tell me how much of it actually goes to other states. Most of your tax dollars get spent with you guys. You're not providing welfare for nobody. Y'all just getting overtaxed into high prices and bragging about it like idiots. Like, I've never seen a group of people really get down on their knees and beg to get taxed more and then complain about it, talking about affordability.
Manipulate voters in Virginia and that voters have all of the information necessary to make a decision around whether they want Donald Trump to rig the midterm elections and halt the ability for the American people to decide who's in the majority, or whether the people of Virginia and the people of America should be the ones to decide.
Do you worry about the cash situation with these outside groups? I mean, the DNC, we're sitting in the DNC building right now. The RNC had $100 million more than the DNC at the beginning of this year. That has to concern you.
Well, it's not surprising that when one party has the White House, that the RNC, of course, is going to be in a somewhat stronger position financially than the DNC in the off year.
Let's talk about Maryland, because it's a fight within your own party. The governor, Westmore, is backing this plan to redraw the one Republican essentially out of his district. This has passed the state house, but it's being held up in the state Senate by one man, the state Senate president, Bill Ferguson, who's not bringing this to the floor for a vote. What are the implications if he continues to stand against you and your party?
Well, I'm not convinced that he's going to be successful. Governor Moore has been incredibly strong, resilient, patriotic, and visionary.
Yeah, I completely feel bad for you Dems. Like I said, when you guys truly believe this, that red states are poor and rely on the federal, like, to be honest with you, not really. And if that means that you guys are okay with paying higher prices, then okay, then why are you guys complaining about affordability? I mean, like I said, if I got to bring this up every trip to make y'all look dumb, let's compare Ohio to Virginia. Bro, I'm paying 30% less in groceries, 50% less in childcare alone. I mean, let's go across the board here. How dumb do you guys sound when this is the results of it? Like, you're literally bragging about the result of that you guys actually pay more than meat and groceries. And I'm be real with you guys. Virginia is not any nicer than Ohio. Actually, Ohio is way nicer than Virginia. Actually, bro, Ohio is way nicer than a lot of blue states, to be quite honest with you. I mean, damn, 34, so 20. I mean, in groceries alone, across the board, please pick your favorite blue state and we can run the numbers. Like, you guys are going to be paying more across the board than a red state. And it's not because you're just this rich. I mean, real, not because you're just this rich and wealthy state. All states got rich people, dumbass. All states got poor people, dumbass. All states paying to the federal, dumbass. I'm sorry, but some of y'all need to be called that because you make the most dumbass points. And I'm sorry to be this way towards you, but somebody needs to tell y'all to y'all dumbasses, because you're literally sitting there bragging about being taxed more while complaining about affordability. Like, I'm sorry, but y'all completely missed it here.
On this issue, we know I'm very thankful to the Maryland House of Delegates who decisively passed this legislation, which, by the way, is going to give voters the opportunity in Maryland to make a decision about the future of this.
You know what, guys? F it. And look, the next time a Dem says, oh, but blue states pay for you, all right, bet. Thank you for making my groceries 30% cheaper than yours, you fucking dumbass. Like, yeah, I appreciate that. Keep doing that. Keep paying them high-ass taxes to allow me to pay 30% less than you in groceries. Keep doing that, my tax slave. Because at this point, you tax slaves for the red states if that's y'all argument. So please continue to be our tax slaves. Go out there, bust your ass, get taxed more, and make my groceries cheaper. Please keep doing it, because that's exactly what you're doing by your logic. Please keep going. I love it.
Matt, that's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. They are passing maps that they are intentionally gerrymandering, often wiping away Black or Latino districts in the dead of night legislatively, because they're petrified of taking these things to the voters. We're taking these things to the voters. That was done in California. That's being done in Virginia. And that also is the legislation that is being undertaken and considered in Maryland now.
But if he stands firm, could he cost you the majority? This Democratic state Senate president in Maryland.
Well, he'd have to live with that if that's the outcome at the end of the day. But I don't think that's going to be the outcome because we know we have majority support right now as we speak in the Maryland State Senate. And all we're asking President Ferguson to do is allow democracy to prevail. What that means is an up or down vote. One man shouldn't stand in the way of the people of Maryland through their representatives in the state Senate being able to decide, should we go in this direction or should we not answer Donald Trump's continued efforts to rig the midterm elections.
He seems to be concerned that this could lead to legal challenges, and it could even backfire for your party. Is he right? Could it backfire?
He's not right.
Have you spoken to him?
So Ferguson?
Yeah, Ferguson.
I haven't spoken to Ferguson in several weeks.
You plan to?
Well, at some point, I'm going to have a conversation with him if he continues to stand in the way of an up or down vote. But hopefully, over the next few days, he'll change his mind.
Okay, so I'm wondering, there's also the possibility that the Supreme Court could really change things on the Voting Rights Act. It could even impact things this cycle. Does that worry you that the Supreme Court could come in and really undermine your chances to take back the majority?
I think it's important for the Supreme Court to stay consistent. And just 2 years ago or so, in the Alabama case, Justice Roberts and Justice Kavanaugh affirmed the continued importance of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. So I have no idea why 2 or 3 years later, they would overturn their own decision, particularly in this environment where Donald Trump has launched an all-out assault on civil rights, on voting rights, on Black history, on these principles of diversity and equity and include. Why in this environment where we're seeing a resurgence of racism and oppression, could the Supreme Court possibly conclude that the Voting Rights Act is outdated?
But if they do, what does that mean for your chances to take back the House?
Well, I think the interesting thing is that if, for whatever the reason, they allow certain states in the Deep South to reopen the congressional map, that doesn't mean that every other state in other parts of the country, including the North, the Midwest, and the West, can't do exactly the same thing. So I would caution Republicans, be careful what you wish for. They've already gone down this road once before, and they've seen the outcome. This whole gerrymandering scheme has completely and totally backfired on them. Do they want to double?
I mean, hey, we added 4 or 5 seats to Texas, so we'll see. We'll see what happens come midterms. I mean, everybody's playing, everybody's showing their game face, everybody's putting on their poker face right now, but we'll see comes midterms and we'll start seeing some masks start slipping off. Because I ain't gonna lie, neither the Republicans or the Democrats are in a good position for the midterms. This is the midterms where it's like, man, I don't think that, honestly, I don't honestly think that the Democrats honestly have a good footing the way they think they do. Like I said, they have no real plan and they're going off the Trump agenda. So we'll see how that works out for them. Like I said, I mean, no plan on affordability whatsoever. I mean, they're not willing to reform healthcare to make it, less expensive. They just want to go with the status quo.